Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bat Friends podcast, where two friends rediscover an animated classic. I am one of your hosts, Chris, alongside the world champion, Joe. What's up, Joe?
Whoop whoop. So I've been, you know what? Because you said what's up, and I said whoop whoop. I've been watching Vince Russo era WCW lately because I wanted to see just how bad it had gotten. And holy shit, it got really bad. Like Vampiro was part of the Dark Carnival, which was a fucking ICP Juggalo stable in wrestling. It was awful. It was awful. I'm still hurt just talking about it. But did you see that?
No.
That the ICP is more intelligent than the mayor of Las Vegas
Oh,
because
I
they've canceled the gathering of the Juggalos because they will not risk even one Juggalo life.
was going to say, I can't determine whether it's a good thing or a bad thing that A, we did it, we canceled the Juggalo convention, or B, should we get all the Juggalos together so that their
It's a,
miracles can make things
it's not,
happen?
it's not really a convention. It's a festival. It's outdoors. They're in the mud. The
Well,
thing that I love. Go ahead.
can their miracles cure the corona?
Well, here's what I think's funny, because a group I'm in that got posted, and somebody said, "Look at that ICP listening to the scientists," and I go, "I thought scientists were always lying and pissing them off." It's not the real world anymore. I don't know what we're in right now, but it's not the real world. It can't be. It just can't be.
It's
It
always been a simulation, and somebody
Yes.
just hit the button and was just like, how about we fuck with these people?
No, somebody got bored with their Sims game and got to the point where they're like, let's just make it so that there's no doors in the house anymore. Let's just see what happens when they can't leave the house anymore. Or how about
What?
this? Let's put them in the pool. Let's remove the water, take the ladder away. Now they're in an empty pool. What happens?
Read my mind. So to all the amazing people that listen to this out there, it might be a little different. Joe and I are not in the same room today because the apocalypse is happening and we need to separate for this week. So if it's a little off, we apologize, but wanted
I
to put
don't
on an episode.
apologize for nothing. I don't apologize for nothing. This is the way it is. I was gonna say, by the way, you're like, well, we're in a different rooms because, and it's what it's something I told somebody else where he just gestures to the world. Like that's my excuse for everything now. It's like, well, I was gonna do that, but you know, the world.
See, my line is we were going to do that, but then the apocalypse happened and we're here.
I love it because, as vigilant listeners know, I play a little game called HeroClix, and there were supposed to be several HeroClix sets that released over the last month, and then we're here, so they didn't get released yet. But what's really funny is in some of the groups that I'm in, there's still people who are just like, "Hey, so when's such and such going to get released?" And I just love watching other people who have accused me of being too mean in the past, just going, "Are you living somewhere that's not affected by COVID-19? Like, what the fuck's wrong with your brain?" Oh, miracles!
So, Joe, this week we're going to watch Shadow of the Bat Part 1.
No, we're not. You're lying. Why you always lying? Why you always lying?
So, this is written by Bryn Stevens and
Mm-hmm.
directed by Frank Power.
How about that? You can press play. You have to tell me when to press play.
All right, everybody, we are going to press play in 1, 2, 3.
See,
Instrumental music.
you did it wrong because you got to tell me. Like, you can't just be like 1, 2, 3. Is it 1, 2, 3? Then go? Is it 1, 2, 3? I mean, I did it. We're okay. Just saying.
Am I some kind of monster?
This is Bush League.
Mech sports.
Did you say mech sports?
It's an M and an exports, so it's mech sports.
That's some Corona shit. There's just a bat in that factory. That's something that totally happens all the time. I do love that they just have thugs. Like, why do we have to do this in the middle of the night? That's an excellent question, thug.
Oh, geez, the boss is here.
I'm large and in charge. Get this stuff loaded.
Oh no, it's the cops.
They have hats on.
I don't think you really have to surround it.
I mean, they might. You don't know. I can't be seen here. I'm a respectable mobster.
It's the future mayor of New York City.
That's just a bulldozer. Like, you know the fucked up part of that? Is that's really based on a fucking police vehicle that the LAPD had in the 90s. That they would literally just drive through people's houses that they suspected were crack houses. They didn't have to be crack houses. They just had to be in the wrong neighborhood and get enough reports that they were crack houses. And then they would drive a tank through their front door.
Yeah, it's back in the day when Nancy Reagan wanted to drive tanks into black people's houses.
I want to make that a t-shirt now. Just Nancy Reagan in a tank, wearing a helmet, going vroom vroom.
I'd buy that shirt.
No, you wouldn't. Don't lie to me. I think about buying it. All right, that's fair. Why you always lying? Do you know what that's from?
No.
I'll send that to you later. I am the noise! He's such a drama queen about it. Okay, and then we hold our arms out and we dive. Careful, Gil. Anyone named Gil is an asshole. I'm going to put that out there right now. If your name is Gil, you're probably a dick.
Hey, Spider-Man was here.
Oh. Gil Mason. I thought of you. What's Killer Croc's last name?
Morgan.
I was doing some work on clicksnexus.com for all your HeroClix needs. But I was doing some work on Nexus, and I was going through the Batman the Animated set, and I got to Killer Croc, and it just said real name, Killer Croc Morgan, and I started laughing. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this. Oh.
He was a world champion wrestler.
Well, I mean, it was the 40s. He could say he was a world champion. I don't know if he was. All right, everybody, time to feel like a pervert.
Just remember, this all leads to Bruce and her doing it.
Yeah, no, I don't recognize that. Happened. I'm not gonna. Damn, there's something wrong with them titties, but I don't want them to be right. She's in college. It's fine. Yeah, Gordon's trying to pimp his daughter out. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. We got to marry you off, make an honest woman out of you.
Yeah, before the blacks get their hands on you. What? What? I'm a police commissioner in the 40s. Of course I'm racist.
I don't want to be here, but I'm about to fuck your daughter.
What's the lesson? Even if you're a cop, never invite a cop into your house. Because what did he do? He said, "Come on in, Gil, no problem." Nope. He should have made those motherfuckers take him.
Where's your evidence?
Well, Thorne told me you did it. Well, we can't question that. Makes all the sense in the world.
I'm just imagining him turning into a libertarian in that moment and be like, wait a second, am I being detained?
Yes! Oh, God. Is it true?
TMC's already there.
Do you think? Meanwhile, she's wearing sweatpants. I mean, come on. That's some self-respect.
Just ready to go to Walmart.
I mean, listen. If someone looking like Barbara Gordon walked up to me in some sweatpants and was like, "Hey, let me thaw that frozen dick," I'd be like, "Yes, ma'am."
My house is right down the street.
But therein lies the silent oppression of the good-looking. Because I wear sweatpants and people are like, "Ugh." Fucking some hot bitch wears sweatpants and it's just, I mean, it's just, what I'm saying is it's not right.
It's the burden we bear.
Yeah. Maybe you don't know your father as well as you think. Like, these corporate Gotham PD is awful. Don't believe it, kid. Your pops is the best. I fucking love that Bullock is right on this. This is like the only time Bullock's right.
What does this lady know? I knew when Dad was a robot. Did anybody else know when Dad was a robot? No.
That's it. Wait a minute. That's it. Robo-Gordon took the bribes from Thorne. Problem solved.
So we need to make another Robo-Gordon.
No, we got blown up. It's fine. It's a victimless crime. Just dynamite with a timer on it. Yep, that's how it works. Where did they find those?
Rio de Janeiro.
Like, what the fuck? A canceled check. Wait. Okay. I know. It's a kid's show. But I don't... They have the canceled check of a bribe he took and a ticket to Rio de Janeiro. The fuck? That's also the first time we've ever seen... He almost killed Gordon. That's the first time we've ever seen Batman launch a batarang with his fucking device. Gordon, you weren't supposed to put it on your ear. What's wrong with you?
It's a walkie-talkie.
I shot it in the wall because you could just stand by the wall and talk to it. Check on Barbara. I don't
Please
want
don't fuck her.
I have to come to the rally. Listen, rallies have never really worked out for me. I'm wearing all black. It's just not a good look.
Can I bring my own tiki torch?
Yeah, there's only like 3 black guys in Gotham. I think we really need to talk about that.
Segregation, it's fine. Suffer but equal.
Yeah, how about that? So you'll be... Bitch, you need consent. That's identity.
I hope this KKK rally goes fine.
Sorry for breaking up your Black Panther party.
And cut to the streets where the black people live.
The poors. Gee, this whole room is in 2 tones. I wonder who the thug behind it could be.
Penguin.
That's first time. This is exactly.
That's the beaver.
This is the first time we see Matches Malone too.
So I stole this from somebody else, but since this will be more timely, there's a podcaster I listen to has been talking about how the crossover we need between DC and Marvel is just matches Malone and Patches from Fantastic Four, and they can call it Matches and Patches.
Who's Patches from Fantastic Four?
Wolverine.
Okay, first off, that's Patch. Second off, that's not Fantastic Four, it's Wolverine.
But he was a part of the Fantastic Four at the time.
It was also before. He was, actually, I don't know if he was Patch when he was part of the FF. Because that's part of the whole Madripoor thing. That's a precursor, because that's Joe Fixit. So maybe for a little while he was, but that's also before Fantastic Four. Okay. This is the thing I don't get. But okay, I'm fine with that. Not to step on the joke. I was confused for a minute, because I'm like, Patch? Who the fuck's Patches? Who's selling a Batman costume that's that good?
She met some cosplayers who can do it really good.
Cosplay was really big in the 40s in Gotham. I mean, they're all white and they liked to light crosses on fire, but they're still cosplayers.
Yeah, they were ahead of the time.
I'm glad I watched.
There's the 4 black people.
So I'm glad that I was watching this, because when I watched it in the moment and I kind of forgot how it all played out, I was like, did they animate that right the first time, or is this something you only see it on the second viewing? No, you totally see that motherfucker drop to his knees before anybody else. You just have to be paying attention and be like, that motherfucker.
Not a hydrant.
At least they're protected from COVID. They got their face masks on. They're good.
Told you, Gotham in the 40s ahead of times.
I have loved all my friends. Like, that's a weird thing to have happen. I'm sorry. Her hair was just loose under that cowl, and he just tore enough, and then it all came out. Like, I get it. This is how they developed the Batgirl costume. It's dumb. I loved Batgirl, though. I had a Batgirl toy from McDonald's. I loved her. Because she's a lady with a redhead. I think somebody should really do a study of early 90s children's animation, and sexy redheads, because I think it was a trope.
Show your work.
Batgirl, Poison Ivy, Jean Grey. There's another one that I was thinking of the other day and I forgot. April O'Neil.
Okay, yeah.
She just crippled that guy.
So I watched a few episodes of the X-Men cartoon the other day, and I forgot how awful Jean Grey's costume was in that show.
I think you misspoke. You said awful. I believe you should have said bonerific.
I'm not a fan of the like everything covered but my face, and then it cuts off at the hair thing. It's just like, why do you have it on? Like, just leave everything off your head.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying it's just titties. But remember, those are the Jim Lee designs.
I know.
So yeah, I love this. Mind you, Bruce Wayne had TiVo before anybody else. He had black and white TiVo. What? Alfred's the world's greatest detective.
He ducked before everyone else.
What's next? Weasel Woman? It's a really weird thing to say. Montoya. Oh, Bullock.
me look through these police files.
Totally illegally. None of this will stick in court.
Hey, it's the Beaver guy.
It's Bucky Beaver. This motherfucker wearing purple pants. Who does he think he is, the Joker?
So you know he's the villain.
Dun dun dun! No, not at all. I thought we were gonna fuck, but now we are definitely not gonna fuck.
Yeah, this dude's weird beaver teeth freaking me out.
Look at her eyes! Look at her eyes!
Tripping balls, man.
Oh, I would love to do a podcast on the X-Men cartoon. It's just that I know there's way too many X-Men podcasts out there. But it's so ripe for comedy.
Yeah.
It's like I pointed out, because I've watched a bunch of it, and a bunch of it's still out of order on Disney Plus. Hashtag not sponsored. But I got to the part where Cyclops kind of loses his faith in the X-Men and leaves. And I'm like, I think I know why everyone liked Wolverine as a kid and not Cyclops. When Wolverine loses his faith, he runs away to Japan, fights a bunch of mobsters, and does some cool samurai shit. When Cyclops loses his faith, he throws his pajamas on the ground and hangs out with a bunch of kids. So that's a preview of our X-Men podcast that'll never happen now.
Yeah, there's too many.
Yeah, it's because everyone watched it. I mean, a lot of people watched this, but it's surprising that not a lot of people started doing it until after us.
Yeah, now they're all stealing our gags.
Two-Face had his own credit card. Yeah, we talked about that a year ago. Thanks for catching up, motherfucker. I would love to do that. If I ever got to write like a Batman story, like to do something like this where, okay, it's obviously Two-Face. Everyone can tell it's Two-Face. And then you do the big reveal, and it's Killer Croc. And it's just like, what's with, but the whole two-tone thing? I like lots of colors. Like, he just has a bad excuse for it, too. It just makes no sense.
What you doing, Matches?
Fucking up, that's what you're doing. Doesn't wear his fucking bat suit, and all of a sudden he acts like an idiot.
See, Batman would never do that.
Also, why does she just have the costume out in the open like this?
Rookie mistake.
He's a bear. You don't have any thoughts.
He's a very wise bear, though.
It appears we have a prowler.
Male number 4.
Trying to keep the mystery alive. Now, here's the part that I thought was hilarious and also kind of annoys me about this whole thing. All we really saw was Bruce put on a mustache. He didn't, put on any stage makeup or necessarily change his nose or anything. And he's not that good at changing his voice. Harvey is supposedly a lifelong friend of Bruce Wayne. And he's standing 6 inches from him and doesn't recognize his childhood friend. I call bullshit.
Listen, he's spending a lot of time with this like two-tone thing, trying to get the whole aesthetic down. He doesn't have time to think about these things. Oh no, it's the bad side. You're dead.
But they don't even just murder him. Like, I forget what they do because it's been a while since I watched this episode last time. But what? Why does what's he? Who's she stealing from? And if it's her dad, why does he have that in his desk? Why did she put a different bat on her chest? I have so many questions.
She wants to be different.
I want $1 million. Want in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up first.
Obviously for her, the want, because she got it.
But that's not want. That's getting.
Well, first you want, then you get.
It's funny too because it feels like that episode went by really fast.
Yes,
But whatever.
but it's also kind of half an episode, so like I don't know, it feels off. Although past two-parters haven't felt this way.
Yeah. It just like I get what they were going for, but it was just one of those things where it's like I know I was still watching at this point because I remember Batgirl. I always liked because I even watched like the '60s Batman and reruns, and I always liked the Batgirl episodes better because if you remember, like the opening credits would actually have Batgirl in it, so I was always more excited when Batgirl was there. And like I said, I got the toys from McDonald's, so I know I was still watching at this point. But it just feels like they didn't have enough to do the two-parter. They're just like, I don't know, let's just figure it out. Like, whatever. It's Batgirl. Everyone likes Batgirl, right? And they just went for it.
It feels like from this most recent watching that it was just like, we're gonna introduce Batgirl. It's gotta be two parts. Like, you gotta give that origin two parts.
Yeah. And you didn't. You didn't. It could have been. You could have knocked this out in one. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, so they introduce her, and I know this is not the order they aired in, but still, you introduce her, and then I've watched like the next 3 episodes after this. No Batgirl to be seen. No Batgirl to be found. So she's super important. We're gonna introduce her. We'll get back to her some point, I guess. I don't know. Someday.
Yeah, I've watched through Demon's Quest recently.
Yep.
And yeah, she's nowhere to be found. I mean, there's more Daredevil than there is Batgirl in the next couple episodes.
I feel like we're getting to that weird part of the show where it's just like I said, where like Fat Batman fights a fucking plane. Like they're reaching way sooner than they should. Like they had so much more they could have done, and they were like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?"
It's definitely so I've looked forward, and I can actually do it right now as well. Most of the iconic episodes are done.
Yeah, are behind us.
And we're getting to the point where it's stuff I don't really remember.
Demon's Quest, I remember. His Silicon Soul, I remember, because that's the hard act Batman. I do remember that. I remember Blind as a Bat, but that's not for good reason, really. I never liked that episode. And yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, obviously, I could look too, but I don't. I guess I'll look. Fuck it. Let's just do this. Here's the thing we're doing. Just looking at what's happening.
Fill time. So I remember Trial for some reason.
Yeah, because that's the one. Yeah. Well, okay. But that's not the one with Lockup. See, that's the other thing. I'm still waiting for Lockup. Because I know I watched Lockup.
But I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember House and Garden just because I remember all the Poison Ivy episodes.
Yeah, and that's always a weird one. I remember Fire from Olympus because I liked Zeus. Zeus always makes me laugh. Oh, Ventriloquist. Ventriloquist episodes make me very happy because I love Ventriloquist.
I remember Bane.
See, I don't
remember Riddler's Reform.
I wasn't watching when Bane happened. I was not watching when Bane happened.
I had no clue that oh, what the hell's his name?
Clock King?
No, Condiment.
Oh, Condiment King, yeah.
Condiment King. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying in my head, and it doesn't sound right. I had no clue he was in the show.
I do. It's actually a really fun episode. I'm laughing because I just looked at the Clock King episode, and I'm like, so it's literally the other episode again, but with Robin? Like, Batman and Robin rush against time to save Mayor Hill from the insane Clock King. We we did that episode. Like, it was just Batman.
I think it's hilarious that Red Claw is back at the end of the show.
I know. I remember Baby Doll. I do remember Baby Doll from as a kid. The Lion and the Unicorn I don't really remember, but I think I watched it with a few years ago when Hasbro had its own channel, and this was on there.
I really want to watch the Terrible Trio now.
Lockup is amazing. I love the Lockup episode. I remember that.
Where's Lockup?
The Terrible Trio is not that good of an episode. It should have been a lot better than it actually was.
And then I also find it hilarious that Batgirl doesn't return until the final episode.
Well, no, because that's the final episode of this. That's right, and then it becomes New Adventures of Batman and Robin, which I don't remember any of. I don't think.
I get the feeling that when we get there, I'm going to remember a bunch of them.
I don't think I'm going to. Beyond the ones that like I watched a few years ago when I'm like, okay, let me try.
I get the feeling because, like you said, it was I probably wasn't knowledgeable enough at that age to know that it was like a different thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of a continuation of this, so it makes sense, but it wouldn't have struck me at that age to be like, this is just Batman the Animated Series. Like, it's not something else.
I know for a fact I never watched a single episode with Roxy Rocket. Like, I didn't know Roxy Rocket was a thing until like 10 years ago. I'm like, the fuck is Roxy Rocket?
Yeah, I actually learned that a few years back because when they came out with the Batman the Animated Series toys, my initial reaction was like, I need them all. I need all of them. And then I remember telling our local retailer that and being like, if it's Batman the Animated Series toy, I want it. Just get it to me. And then I started looking at them and I was like, hold that order.
Well,
because what the fuck is Roxy Rocket?
That's just it. They did a few years ago. They did the Batman I talked about earlier in this episode. They did the Batman the Animated Series HeroClix, and it's always a big discussion before a set comes out of people being like, "Oh, what do you want?" And then after the set list is known, like, "Oh, well, who is missing?" And I can remember someone being very upset that Roxy Rocket was not in the set, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Roxy Rocket?" Like, when I think Batman the Animated Series, I never think Roxy fucking Rocket. I think Killer Croc. I think Joker. I think Mr. Freeze. I think Riddler, Two-Face, the Underdweller.
The best of all of Batman's Rogues Gallery.
Yeah, not Roxy fucking Rocket, who I believe also a sexy redhead.
Did we ever look up whether Underdweller showed up in comics?
No, because I don't care that much.
Well, since we're over the internet and I have a computer in front of me and we're trying to vamp for time.
Are we? Are we trying to vamp for time?
No, but we are.
Okay. That's fair.
Underdweller doesn't even pop up in a search.
No, just the episode does. Apparently,
Sewer King.
Hold on. I want you to hear this. Apparently, a website called The Federalist has revisited the Underdwellers episode.
Interesting.
Oh, God.
History of man struck in, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Sewer King waited patiently for his pets free from prison, crocodiles.
Ooh.
52 comic book storyline. The Sewer King later escapes in the 52 storyline published by DC Comics and continued his activities as a low-ranked underworld figure, only to be slain by inter-gang boss Bruno Ugly Mannheim, along with Kite Man, Mirage, and Rawson.
Oh my god. So yeah, somebody brought him back in 52 just because they thought it'd be funny, basically.
That feels like a Mark Waid move.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a Grant Morrison move, because I think Grant Morrison was a part of that.
It depends. Hold on, because I just saw something where it goes, God damn it. I hate wikis sometimes. They're bullshit. Just make it so it works right. Don't do this other bit. Okay. When the Sewer King was later used in the mainstream continuity comic books, he was given the real name Wendell Lewis. However, that does not mean this Sewer King is named Wendell Lewis. Oh, God.
Okay, fun trivia, and then we're going to end this episode. The Sewer King shares his name with a character from the animated series, Hey Arnold.
Of course he
Joe,
does.
where can people find you on the internet?
JoePank.com, JoePanc.com. EnjoyYourFrozenDick.com for all your official Bat Friends merchandise, including soon to be face masks to protect you from the COVID. Twitch.tv/John. Twitch.tv/JoePank. Instagram, JoePank36, Twitters, Cthulhu Holmes, or Joe Pank. And as always, you can head over to patreon.com/JoePank, where you can get my other podcast for as little as $2 a month, uncut and unedited, up to 3 days early. Or you can be part of the sticker club, or the t-shirt of the month club, or the super secret bonus fun episode thing club that is not any current podcast, but another super secret fun thing. Yes. And remember, if I get enough Patreons, there's some cool stretch goals of silly things that I will do, including buy a championship belt, which is really looking pretty affordable to me right now. So, if you got any of that stimulus money laying around that you just want to part with, go do that. Oh, and if you want to just give me money directly, just, write me at joemeetsworldpod at gmail.com, and we can totally make that happen too. I'm good with that. Just, whatever.
In short, give Joe money.
Always.
You can find me on Twitter at FortressChris. FortressComicNews.com is where everything I do is posted, and ChrisRunt.com, that's ChrisRuNDT.com, is where you can keep up with everything Chris and Chris-related business. So if you want to get the show 3 days early, you can go over to FortressComicNews.com, and for $2, you get it 3 days early, and you can be the pride of your friends because you listen to this rambling nonsense 3 days early.
Trailblazers. We are trailblazers.
We are indeed. So for being trailblazers, I expect 5 stars on iTunes and other podcatchers, and for you all to have a fantastic week and stay corona-free. Bye, everybody.
Stop stealing our bits.